Good evening and welcome to the March 17th, 2026 Old Bridge Township Council meeting. Please stand for a pledge of allegiance. Please remain standing for a moment of silence and for our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand for a moment to remember those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, and for everyone who is suffering around the world. A moment of silence. Our prayer, Mr. Pasquini.
Dear Lord, bless thy servants in the ministry of public affairs who serve you in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear your voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. Grant that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Thank you.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Here.
Councilman DePalma.
Here.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Merwin.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini.
Here.
Councilman Rizzoli.
Here.
Councilman Von Stetten.
Here.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Here. Council President Sohar. Here. This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the official newspapers of the Township on January 8, 2026, and has been posted in public places. Next open public meeting of the Township Council will be held on Tuesday, April 7th, 2026 at 7:30 p.m.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, and everyone, welcome to the meeting. We're going to begin with proclamations and presentations. Excuse me, International Women's Day Proclamation. Mayor?
Good evening. First, I'd like to say I'm very proud that Old Bridge is mostly women-run. A woman mayor, woman business administrator, woman CFO, head of engineering is a woman, head of planning is a woman, township clerk is a woman, head of HR is a woman, and our council president's a woman, and our council vice president's a woman. Did I leave anyone out? Manager of our senior center, woman. So we have mostly women-run town. That's why the town is run very well.
Who runs the
Now,
world?
I have a proclamation to read. International Women's Day has been celebrated since the early 1900s, a time period that marked a historical turning point as women around the world began to demand equal rights and opportunities to advance themselves and fully participate in all areas of life. Since the movement began, women around the world have secured the right to vote, sit on juries, own property, and have broken glass ceilings in many fields. However, not all women enjoy this level of freedom, and the fight for equality continues to this day. Women are critical thinkers, dependable teammates, effective decision makers, and capable leaders who have had much to contribute to the world. Today, we recognize the considerable progress that has been made on the journey of inclusion and equality since International Women's Day was first celebrated 115 years ago, and also acknowledge that there is still much progress to be made. The United Nations first recognized International Women's Day on March 8, 1975, and we continue to recognize International Women's Day on March 8th each year during Women's History Month. On this day, it is important to acknowledge that there is no history or future without women, and their story and experiences are crucial to our communities. The Township of Old Bridge is proud to stand up and recognize the vital role that women play in our world and celebrate women everywhere. Now, therefore, I, Debbie Walker, Mayor of Township of Old Bridge, the Township Council, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim March 8, 2026 as International Women's Day in the Township of Old Bridge, and I strongly encourage every resident to be aware of this event and participate suitably in its observance.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Walker. Next will be presentation of recognition plaque to Candied Ham Softball. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. I have a few guests up here with us.
Yep.
We have Matt Mercurio, our Director of Parks and Recreation and Social Services, Kristen Agambiondi, the Senior Center Manager, as well as the Food Bank Manager, Leah Markey, the administrative assistant at the senior center, as well as the food bank coordinator. I wanted all of them to be here today as we recognize this special organization who has done a lot for our township. And I will give you a little bit of a background on the organization. We do have a plaque for them, and I will also have them speak to give you a little bit more of what they're looking to do with us this year. So, founded in 2017, the Candied Ham Softball Organization embodies the spirit of softball, social, and service. Originating from a shared love of the game and the camaraderie it fosters, they have expanded over the years to compete in 4 weeknight divisions and Sundays. Their on-the-field achievements have been highlighted by 41 division championships. Their journey has evolved beyond the field, transforming into a vibrant men's community focused on social activities like ball games, golf trips, and barbecues. Some key events are their Yankees opening day event, their Memorial Day barbecue competition, their annual golf trip, and their curbside tailgate. This unique dynamic has fueled their desire to engage with the community through impactful service initiatives. Notable achievements include raising $10,000 for Canine for Warriors to support veterans with service dogs, funding a scoreboard for the Old Bridge Little League, and backing the local PBA associations through their golf outings and other events. In 2026, they proudly partnered with the Old Bridge Food Bank and several linings at Old Bridge to provide donations and volunteer support with upcoming events for our seniors, such as for the food bank, such as the Easter and Thanksgiving food drives, and also for the seniors with a trivia night, a summer barbecue, and movie night. And I'm hearing there's also a Yankee game that I'm waiting for an invitation on. I don't want to take a seat from one of our seniors. It's okay. At Candied Ham, they celebrate the connections made through softball while committing to fellowship and community service. We thank them for their support. Before we present them the plaque, I would like to invite them to say a few words.
Mayor, Anna, Council, thank you so much for having us here today. For us, there's some representatives here. There's actually 50 members of the Candied Ham Softball Organization, and actually 3 of us here, we met each other through the league that's run here at Veterans Park and has been since 2010. When I moved into the area, I didn't know anyone except for my wife, who's a lifetime Old Bridge resident. And it was a way for me to make a connection with the community. And I'm a big believer in community. And so what started out as really a softball team and connection made through competition, which I think is incredibly valuable for the township to continue to support, has really evolved into something that's much more powerful and much more impactful to the community. And so we formed our own community, and now we're looking for ways to give back. And for us, there's no better way to do that than to engage with Matt and Kristen and Leah with all of the good works that are happening here in Old Bridge, to not just give monetarily, which we're happy to do. We're pretty good fundraisers, but we want to give of our time as well. So we've got some great events planned with the Silver Linings Group. We're going to help Leah with the food drives for those families that are in need and give of our time as well. And in that way, give back to the community in the way that the community has given us with the platform to be able to compete at the fields. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I was incredibly excited to see on the agenda today that there's going to be some money. There's going to be some money put back into the fields. Because listen, I mean, the fields and the sports programs, obviously it's kids first. We recognize that, but we want everyone to know that there's definitely a place for adult, men's, women's competition here in town, and there's no better way to come together than to compete and have a good time on the field. So anyway, thank you so much for having us. We're happy to be part of this township, and we're happy to find ways to give back. We have a little gift, so my friend Joelle here is going to hand out some hats to the folks. I hope we have enough. If we don't have enough, just take a rain check. We'll make sure we get you one.
Do you want to tell how you got the name Candy Ham?
Sure. So my business, I'm actually in the candy business. I work for a candy broker, and one of our other team members owned a franchise, Honey Baked Ham. So when our groups merged, we came up with Candied Ham. So that's the origin of the group. that's how we came up with it. Yeah.
I'd like to present you with this.
Yeah.
I'd like to read the plaque, Candied Ham Softball Organization, in recognition of your continued support of the Old Bridge Food Bank and the PBA Local 127 and 127A. Your generosity and community spirit are greatly appreciated. I want to thank you so much for all you do for our community. It's really appreciated.
I would just like to highlight, on top of everything they said, they had their first fundraiser of the year at their gala that they held, which was amazing, and they donated us a $3,000 check to the Old Bridge Food Bank. You guys all want to?
Very nice. Well, thank you very much again for all you do. It's so appreciated. That's why Old Bridge is just such a special town. Next will be approval of minutes, resolution approving the reorganization meeting minutes of January 1st, 2026, and the executive session meeting minutes of December 16th, 2025, and December 30th, 2025.
Make a motion?
Motion by Councilman Pasquini, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Merwin?
Abstain.
Abstain. Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Councilman Rizzoli?
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten?
Abstain.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Bill list, Mr. De Palma.
Bill list as of March 17, 2026. Accounts payable March 17, 2026, $14,838,370.15. Payroll March 13th, 2026, $1,271,889.50. And payroll overtime March 13th, 2026, $94,033.32.
Do we have a breakdown, Anna?
Yes, thank you. The major uptick that you'll see in our overtime for this payroll was the blizzard. That all we needed was some 65-degree weather day to really take all that snow a few days later. But again, our teams did a great job working through that blizzard, so that's where you'll see the uptick. And the sworn police overtime for this payroll was $22,374.63. Deduct grants, $757.91. Deduct ETO, $3,609.20, for a total of $18,007.52. Their special events for that payroll was also the blizzard, as they were out in full force, as well as their PBA mini convention. And I do want to add that we did submit to the county our costs for the 48 hours of the blizzard. The county did meet the threshold that was required to send to the state. So our numbers are at the state. It is being submitted to FEMA, and we will find out if we'll get reimbursed. Just so you know, when we submit our numbers to the county, it includes us, it includes the Board of Ed's cost, fire, EMS, all those entities will all send to me, and I sent the number up to the county to submit. So I will keep you posted on those reimbursements. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have a motion?
Second.
Motion by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Merwin?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilman Rizzoli?
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, next is going to be second reading ordinances. And I know everyone was here for presentations, and anyone who has to leave, which I fully understand, having been as busy as you guys were at one time with young ones, we will not feel put out if you decide to leave. So by all means, we don't want to, make you feel like, oh my God, I'm here, I have to stay. Only we do. But anyway, first is H1, ordinance amending Chapter 250 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Old Bridge Township Land Development Ordinance by amending 2050-50 entitled Accessory Buildings and Structures.
Move it.
Can we get a motion to open to the public first, please?
Move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilman Von Stetten. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open to public comment on this item only.
Okay, anyone in the audience wish to be heard on H1? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion to close to public.
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Pasquitti. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this portion is closed to the public.
Okay, anyone on my left have a question? Anyone on my right? Okay, Mr. Merwin?
I just was a little confused with the structure on the front lot. Is it only on a corner lot it can be in the front, or does anybody know?
Ask Nicole. Yes, Nicole.
Council President,
Come in.
and I could chime in, because I know we talked about this at the planning board. So
Okay.
So this does have to do with the corner lots. So the corner lots, if you have both considered front. So your
Yeah, that was. the-
side lot is on one side, that's considered your front. So because of that, the structures aren't allowed. So what this does is it allows corner lots to have like a shed or different accessory structures.
That's what I was.
Yeah, sometimes that's a unique thing being on the corner. Yep. Okay, any other questions? No, you're good? Okay.
The only additional thing I would say is that if the structure is greater than 6 feet, it then has to go back to the zoning board. That's all.
Makes sense.
And that's because of line of sight and things like that.
Yeah, you don't want something way bigger than you can't see when you pull out. Okay, that's all we need. Okay, do I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Okay,
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Pasquitti. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Merwin.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilman Rizzoli.
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
yes.
9 yeses.
H2, ordinance establishing the municipal budget appropriations limit and cap bank, NJSA 40A:4-45.14 for the calendar year 2026. I need a motion to open to public.
Second.
Motion by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is open to, this item only is open for public comment.
Right. Anyone in the audience wish to be heard on H2? Okay, seeing no hands, I will ask for a motion to close public.
Move it. Second.
Motion by Councilman Asatuli, second by Councilman Pasquitti. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this portion is closed to the public.
Okay, anyone on my left for a comment or a question? Anyone on my right? Okay, need a motion?
Move it. Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Pasquitti. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Merwin. Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilman Rizzoli.
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Ordinance for first reading, FR1, ordinance amending Chapter 108 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Construction Code Uniform by amending 108-4 entitled Fees. Do I have a motion?
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Von Stetten. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Merwin?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti?
No.
No. Councilman Rizzoli?
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no. Public hearing set for April 28th, 2026.
FR2, ordinance amending Chapter 30 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Alcoholic Beverages by amending 30-8 entitled Limitations on Transfers and Issuances of New Licenses.
Move it.
Moved by Council Vice President, Councilman Pasquitti, second by Councilman Von Stetten. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Merwin? Councilman Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilman Rizzoli?
No.
Councilman Von Stetten?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no. Public hearing set for April 7th, 2026.
Next will be our consent agenda. I'd like a motion and a second, and then we'll ask for separations.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. Councilman Asatuli, any items for separation?
No, thank you.
Councilman DePalma?
None, thank you, Kate.
Councilman Desai?
No, thanks.
Councilman Merwin?
No.
Councilman Pasquitti?
No separations, thank you.
Councilman Rizzoli?
None, thank you.
Councilman Von Stetten?
None, thank you.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
No separations, thank you.
And Council President Sohar?
No.
Okay, so we'll do a roll call for the entire consent agenda. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Merwin?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilman Rizzoli?
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Can I have a point of order on that? Don't we have to motion and second and then vote?
No, you
No.
brought forth the
We brought
council.
up a motion to bring it forward. We motioned and seconded.
Okay, thank you.
And then we open it up to anyone who wants to make a separation. Then we vote on the balance, which we had already done a motion and a second.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. No bad questions. It's St. Patrick's Day. You might think I might have had an Irish coffee or two, but not yet. Not yet. We will, but not yet. Okay, next is report of the township clerk.
I have no report, Council President.
Okay, township attorney report.
No report.
Okay, administrative report.
Thank you.
Okay.
The annual Middlesex County Paper Shred event will be held at the Old Bridge Municipal Complex on Sunday, March 22nd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., rain or shine. This event is open to all Middlesex County residents, no businesses allowed. Visit oldbridge.com/paper shred for more details or call the Recycling Center at 732-721-5600, extension 6107. Registration for full-day summer camp will start next week. For children going into the first and second grade, the Tiny Turtles, registration begins on Tuesday, March 24th at 6 p.m. For children going into the third, fourth, or fifth grade, Great White Sharks, registration begins on Wednesday, March 25th at 6 p.m. And for children going into middle school, registration begins on Thursday, March 26th at 6 p.m. Registration is online only through Rec Desk. For more information, please visit oldbridge.com/full-day-summer-camp or call 732-721-5600, extension 4999. And I do want to add something. Last Wednesday night into Thursday, that would be the 18th into the 19th, we experienced some vandalism and in the form of graffiti and property damage here on our municipal complex. The township sign on Cottrell Road by the arena, as well as the electronic marquee at Cottrell and 516 were both tagged with graffiti. Furthermore, our animal shelter sign that you see on 516 before turning into the parking lot was also damaged pretty badly. Police were notified immediately Thursday morning when it was discovered by our Public Works team and have begun their investigation. Anyone who has any information should contact our Detective Bureau at 732-721-5600, extension 3001. I know there may have been questions why the graffiti was not immediately removed. As you can see, it's a police investigation. They needed to do what they needed to do, pictures, all those things. But now that we have gotten the go-ahead from them, we will take care of the graffiti and we will work towards getting the animal shelter sign replaced. Thank you.
That's awful. If anybody has any information, please bring it forward. It would be appreciated.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilman Pasquini. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the report is accepted.
Thank you, Anna. Next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period of 3 minutes.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or item in the consent agenda. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council, council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public shall approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker is finished with their allotted time. Should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. Township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting. As you approach the microphone, please state your name. Do not give your address. And we need a motion to enter into public comment.
Second.
Who moved down there? Moved by Councilman Rizzoli, second by Councilman Pasquini. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we're now open to public comment portion.
Okay. My name is Deborah Phillip. Over the last few months, Old Bridge residents have seen the same kind of story again and again. A few months ago, there was that ugly incident where a township appointee went after a local mother speaking about affordable housing and told her she should have used birth control instead of having so many children. Then there was the nepotism concerns over the mayor's husband being nominated for the MUA. Now we have Ms. Testaverde. After the last incident, the mayor said the township would insist that appointees conduct themselves appropriately, especially when communicating with the public. So people have a fair question now. Why does the standard seem to have been suspended for Ms. Testaverde? Because this is not just about one outburst. It's about a pattern emerging of this government appointing people who seem to think that these little titles put them above their neighbors, as opposed to in service to their neighbors. That is what ties these things together. In one case, an appointee publicly berated a resident. In this case, an appointee berated a police officer. Either way, it is the same attitude: arrogance, contempt, in the sense that basic standards of decency and decorum are for other people. You cannot come up here meeting after meeting talking about respect for police, respect for public workers, and respect for the community, and then act like this is somehow different when the person involved is one of your own. As for the idea that there are 3 sides to every story, what third side could possibly justify that video clip that is on Facebook as well as on Instagram? Now, as a member of the public, I'd like to know the third side, and I'm sure everyone here as well would like to know that. This isn't a string of bad luck. These are the inevitable effects of a decade of political cronyism. Old Bridge need better appointees, real vetting, and one standard for everyone. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard this evening?
Hi, I'm Peter Shearer. I live in Old Bridge over 40 years. My basic gripe is part of what she said is that it seems that there's less seeking skilled people for some of these jobs. In the past few years, I've had, contact with the building inspection, with other businesses around. And when I had a heating installed, there was, a lot of complaint that, oh, they're going to have to go to Old Bridge, maintenance or code to, to figure out what to do. And there was a problem where the job was done perfectly, but instead of just explaining to the guy how he should fill out the paperwork, they made a whole big thing out of it that he had to go down there. I recently had a problem with my water meter. The township sent out 4 people with a big truck. They took the whole day, and they finally found where the water valve was, instead of just waiting a couple of weeks until the snow melts, and then they could have found the valve like in 10 minutes and done it. So 4 people with a big truck were there, and then when they finally did find the water valve, they didn't have some kind of a bag that they needed. So here the administration was, kind of just the planning of it was like really poor. That's just not, that doesn't happen from good planning and good administration. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience? Good evening.
Hi, Natalie Flyzak. My pronouns are she, they. I figured I'd give a little reminder of what Patricia Testaverde has done over the past few years. She should be removed from her appointed position on the Old Bridge Zoning Board. There are multiple police reports filed against Patricia for physical assault on city-owned property. In 2025, she threatened to call ICE, and known further belligerent violence on local tree removal contractors because they were temporarily blocking her driveway. She admitted to assuming the contractors were in the country illegally because they spoke broken English. A neighbor who overheard the incident called OBPD, and after arriving to the scene, Patricia tried to intimidate the officers with her connections to Senator Owen Henry and Anita Greenberg Belli. Again, nothing has been done of this. In 2024, during a township-approved Pride event, she ripped the mini Pride flags from the ground and threw them out, all while screaming obscenities at the residents. At a later town council meeting, she went on a transphobic rant in which she condemned Pride flags and hopes transgender people get mental help, among other prejudiced remarks. Local residents organized a petition demanding her removal, yet nothing was done. In 2020, after an Old Bridge City Council meeting, Patricia physically assaulted a resident from behind. While on city property, she then spat multiple times on that resident's 16-year-old son, resulting in another police report being filed. Over her tenure, Patricia Testaverde's reprehensible and violent behavior has made it clear that she is incapable of conducting herself with dignity. As residents of Old Bridge, do we trust that this person has good intentions for us and the city? Please remove her from her position. Please, Mayor Walker and City Council, step up, do your job, and take care of all residents of Old Bridge. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard this evening? Okay, seeing no hands, I will close public portion.
We need a motion. Motion to close public? Motion by Councilman Astatuli, second by Councilman Von Stetten. All in favor? Any opposed?
No.
Public comment portion is now closed.
Okay, now we'll go to council comment.
Councilman Astatuli.
Yep. So I was gonna have something written, so I'm gonna start with a simple question, right? Is this really what Old Bridge voted for? Did they vote for people digging through people's pasts just to get them in trouble? Did they vote for rumors, smears, and attacks, not just on individuals, but on their families? I've seen it. Did they vote for fake stories and accusations being pushed out before anyone even knows the truth? Because I can tell you right now, that is not what the people of Old Bridge voted for. The residents of this town voted for low taxes, fiscal responsibility, and safe neighborhoods. It may not make headlines, but it makes people's lives better, and that is my job. They voted for roads that are paved, street lights that work, parks that are maintained, and a strong education for our children. They voted for a government that actually answers the phone, responds to emails, and helps people when they ask for it. Like we were just at a budget meeting, and we went over line by line with the administration, and they were starting on this budget a year before. And what a great job, so we can spend taxpayers' money appropriately. That's kind of what we do. But instead, what we're seeing more and more of politics driven by revenge, by personal attacks, and attempts to destroy people's reputations. That kind of behavior doesn't help this town at all. Doesn't fix a road, it doesn't lower a tax bill, and it doesn't make our neighborhoods safer. And let's remember something that used to matter in this country and this town. People are innocent until proven guilty. We should be dealing in facts and truth, not rumors and accusations meant to take people down. The people of Old Bridge deserve better than this. They deserve leaders who focus on serving the community, not settling political scores. They deserve honesty, respect, and leadership that spends its time solving problems instead of creating them. So when does it stop? The residents of this town don't want this kind of politics, and I won't stay silent while it continues. The truth matters, and the people of Old Bridge deserve to hear it. On a more positive note, I just want to say happy St. Patrick's Day. May God continue to look over our troops here and abroad. And tonight, in the World Baseball Classic, I want to wish good luck to the USA playing Venezuela, and I'm looking forward to them to bringing the trophy home. Let's go USA. Thank you so much for your time.
Councilman De Palma.
Thank you, Kate. Just a couple things. First, I know we've had issues with JCPL in the past. We've had our JCPL representative here last council meeting. I'm all about giving kudos where it belongs. And over the past couple of weeks, we've had a number of power outages throughout town. And JCP&L has actually done a phenomenal job over the past couple outages. We had one in my neighborhood just yesterday morning. We had one this morning on Route 516. There was one in Sayrwood South last week as well. So there has been a lot of bad press about them in the past, and I think most of the folks up here can attest that we've all kind of gone at them. I think it's time to give some credit to them because they have responded extremely well over the past couple of outages, and I just wanted to thank them. And for the residents that do experience outages, please make sure that you report it as soon as possible. The sooner you get it in their system, the sooner they're sending trucks out. Posting it on Facebook should be the second thing you do, please. Get onto the JCP&L site to make sure that it's there so they know about it. And then please go about your business if you want to post on Facebook to let everybody else know. And then also just everybody, happy St. Patrick's Day. If you are out, and Kenny, I'll be done in a minute so we can get everybody moving. If you are out tonight or over the next week, please be careful driving, take an Uber. Please do not drink and drive. And also, since our next meeting is not until after Easter, I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Easter. Please enjoy the holiday with your family. Thank you.
Councilman Desai.
I think on February 24 meeting, I talk about health insurance. And I don't know what's going on. I didn't get any response from anyone, not even an attorney. So I'm still waiting for the reply. What can be done and how we are going to proceed in next year. Thank you. Good night to the people of Old Bridge.
Councilman Merwin.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. I had multiple color greens on tonight, you can see. And a little prayer, may your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but happiness come through your door. The regular attorney's not here tonight, so I was going to talk. I had sent a letter in reference to the veteran housing, and I don't know if he was giving me a little pushback or he's not understanding what I'm saying. I think we need to codify what we need to do in reference to how veteran housing preference in Old Bridge. Now, I know he keeps telling me that veteran preference housing doesn't necessarily mean veterans. That not necessarily they would get it. Middletown Township just opened up their veteran housing. 100% veterans. 100%. Matter of fact, it was so 100%, it was 100% Middletown residents, veteran preference housing. And so there was nobody else coming in and getting it. And so I think the attorney thinks, my understanding of the law and in my research on it is that we can codify what we need to do as long as we don't supersede the state statute. Well, it's all part of the state statute is the funding. Yeah, there's a whole lot of it, but I want to make sure, we're very good at putting out press releases that, hey, we're doing veteran housing. And we have no veterans in any of that housing. And that's, and according to the attorney, it wasn't from a lack of trying, but I think we need to codify it. So, when Mark gets back, I'll go over with them. But it's something that we should be striving for. I think there's some kind of disconnect in it. He had a couple of nice groups that they sent the advertising to, but we have Tunnel the Towers, we have Wounded Warriors, we have, I reached out to Captain Weiss, retired Captain Weiss in the police department, who is the VFW statewide benefit kind of guy. So he happened to be in Washington during they were going around Congress and getting all kinds of support. So he had checked out to a couple of other people. He says, just give them what we have and they'll get it out. But I think we need to codify it. I don't think it can be willy-nilly. I think this is what they got to do, but not limited to. If they got more, then they should do it.
Hey, Dave, can I ask you one question? I know we talked about this, you and I. Did you actually get any of the marketing that they sent in Middletown?
Well, no.
Can you?
I seen the press release that it was just
Okay.
2 days ago or something that they did it.
All right, good. Cool. All right.
We'll get that too. But, that's just my thing on it. And if we can, then we just we codify it. All right. Thank you.
Councilman Pasquini.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Old Bridge is once again doing the home improvement program, and I want all the residents to know that if you live in Old Bridge, own your own home, and your total gross annual income falls below the income limit, and the income limit it's not bad for two people is $98,000. So it's not like you have to be, on the poverty level to get this program. There's no cost to apply. Funds are provided as no interest, 0% deferred loan. There's no monthly payment. Loan is not due payable until the sale or transfer of the title. So if you need repairs in your house, like a roof, heating, electrical, windows, insulation, plumbing, and other things, you should apply for this. You can go on the Old Bridge Township website, and they'll be a link there. And it doesn't cost you to apply. And it's a really good program. I wish to see a lot more people take advantage. And you can receive up to $20,000 in repairs. And you don't have to pay it back until you sell your house. All right? So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Councilman Rizzoli.
Thank you. The council is also responsible for oversight. I watched the body cam footage a number of times, and Patty Testaverde should be removed immediately from the zoning board. Her conduct targeting 2 members of the Old Bridge Police Department is unacceptable. It's on video. It's not hearsay. There's no 3 sides to the story. It's video footage. It's a police body cam footage. It's evidence. And that evidence should be taken for fact. There's no hearsay there. It's on video. Telling a cop you're something running down your father's leg, that's conduct unbecoming. And if another member of any other party did it, we wouldn't accept it. It doesn't matter. You know, for me, there is no politics when involving defending a police officer. I've lived it, I've done it, I had to deal with exactly what went on at that scene, and it should be unacceptable. The fact that we have the council vice president took it upon herself to interject in it is a whole nother thing. I'm told, why are you on the phone with the cop? Did he tell you to run your animal hospital? Because that's what's on the video. These things should be unacceptable. When politicians get involved in law enforcement, this is what happens. Let the cops do the job. No elected official should ever interject in a police matter. We're starting to see that all over this country. Here in New Jersey, we just had another incident outside our county recently. These things should be unacceptable. And I want to get into the nepotism ordinance. I've been trying to repeal the nepotism ordinance that prevents a cop's family member, child, DPW's family member trying to get hired here. But yet, the police chief who was supposed to come last meeting was stuck in another state. His flight was delayed. We couldn't afford him to respect to table it. It was voted down. But we have a JCP&L representative walk through these doors, and all of a sudden it's added to the agenda he was allowed to speak. And it wasn't added to the agenda by the council, it was added by the mayor. The last time I checked, this is called a council meeting. Okay? The same respect should have been given to the chief of police. But by the way, council vice president, you didn't speak to the chief because prior to me entering this room, he asked me to table it. So let's get that fact right. And I hear a lot of concerns about ICE. Let's get that brings headlines. How about we get concerned how our police department's being treated out in the field? Everybody knows how I feel in general. I've had a lot of compliments over the years about my ICE speech, so I bleed blue. I will always defend the blue. But here tonight, we should start defending our own police department because what went on at that scene was ridiculous and is unacceptable. And like I said, we fired a police captain over an audio tape that was 3 years old. This tape hasn't aged, and it's not going to continue to age well. With that said, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Councilman Von Stetten.
Thank you. I'll be brief. Just want to thank the residents who spoke today. Thank you again to the Candyham softball for all you've done. If you need anything in Ward 6, that's let me know. I want to thank Public Works. I noticed a lot of potholes around, obviously, due to the storms and everything, and I was bringing my son to Salk. I noticed some potholes on West Greystone. I was going to email Casey, but I kind of forgot. Went to go pick them up, and they were already filled. So I appreciate them being very proactive in getting some of these potholes filled. It's really important. And happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone, and happy Easter. Thanks.
Council Vice President, Dr. Greenberg-Belli.
Yes. First of all, freedom of speech. The First Amendment grants the freedom of speech to us all, not just your freedom of speech. And you can't pick and choose just because you don't like what other people are saying. First of all, it seems there's several words that is like a trigger for everyone, and it's very upsetting. But since you're bringing it up about this incident that happened on November 5th, why now is the first question. But the second question, I'm saying you don't know the whole situation. And to say that I had something to do with it, I'm a council person. If a resident calls me, and I said on the phone, I'm at work, I don't know what's going on. But if someone calls me, I'm going to take the call. So, second of all, I'm sure the situation, and I spoke to the code department about it, that if a tree company comes to do work at a house and there's neighbors on each side, those neighbors should be notified in case there's damage to their property, the tree falls on, damage to their property, and also, and I'm sure you would not be calm if your driveway was blocked for over 50 minutes, you gave the people time to take it off, and they weren't there. So it was a heat of the moment situation. Not only that, they damaged their property, and they had their equipment on their property. So let's be civil, calm down, and take a step back and see what you would have done in that situation. This was going on for a long time. It wasn't just 2 minutes. So this is why you have to get the whole story to begin with. Then as far as the incident, you're saying incidents. People can make reports that aren't true, and being a police officer, you should know that. There are reports about police officers all the time that aren't true. So unless you get both sides of the story and from all the people involved, you really don't know what's going on. And for those who have mean things to say, they say it all the time on Facebook. I don't Facebook. There's been things said about me all the time. And to tell you the truth, it's okay. I don't care. You know what? I have a lot to do in my life. First of all, my job, my profession, the things that I'm dedicated and committed to in the town, and my family. So you can keep on talking, saying whatever you want to say about me. It really doesn't matter. I just have to do what's right for everyone when I'm in this position, and that's what I try to do. So if you get unhinged when you see certain terms, I would say to think of yourself. Maybe take yoga. Maybe learn to meditate. Go for a walk in the woods. This is just ridiculous to get unhinged like this when people say certain things that you don't know anything about the situation. So that's what I'll say about that. Then I guess also what I did want to say about the state. So you talk about cost of living. Just so if everyone doesn't know, this last budget by the new governor is now over $60 billion. $60 billion. Does everyone's life get better here with all that? No, it's terrible. What are they doing with the money at the state level? I've talked about it multiple times. They get money from lottery, online gambling now, cannabis. It's just, and every gallon of gas that you buy is 50 cents, but over 60 billions. So you imagine, in the past 8 years, when from before Murphy, 36 billion was the budget to now over $60 billion. So when people complain about taxes, you have to understand why, where that money is going. I don't know. So I would say, on St. Patrick's Day, I advise everyone to calm down, enjoy the day. May you hear the sound of laughter, may you know the love of friends and family, and may you share the joy of living, and may your blessings never end. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Council President Mary Sohar.
Point of order. I'm responding to that because I didn't mention about any police report. I strictly mentioned to the video. So once again, we're putting a spin on words. And if you watch the video, she was notified. She claims she was notified the night before about the tree removal. So I want to clarify that. My comments were based on the video. I didn't say anything about any police reporting about a police incident. Well, I could speak. If I'm going to be direct, my words are going to be twisted. I'm responding to it.
Well, yeah, you twisted my words.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you guys.
Sure, I did. I watched the audio. It's on audio video. Enjoy it.
Let's just, okay.
You'd remain calm if it was on your...
Enough. Okay. With this, I'm going to just wish everyone a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Joseph, by the way, too, and all the holidays that are coming up, Passover, Easter, etc. The end of the day, hopefully everyone enjoys their holidays the way they practice. Have a good night. Motion to close.
Motion to adjourn. Dr. Anita Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma. Yes. Councilman Desai. Councilman Merwin. Councilman Pasquitti. Yes. Councilman Rizzo.
Yes.
Councilman Von Stetten.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Matt.
Council President. Council Vice President.
Yes.
Yes, Council President. Motion to adjourn at 8:26 p.m.